Gareth Chalmers here, part of BBC's Generation 2015 panel, which aims to give a voice to young voters. And Gareth, you are a magician, right?
That's right, yes. Hello, Simon.
Hello to you. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. And you live in Liverpool, and the main reason you're here today is because you can do something that's quite extraordinary, you say, and that is predict the outcome of the general election.
That's right. So this stunt is designed to predict the outcome of the general election. I think a lot of people out there are not disengaged, but don't have hope. I think they sort of think that politics is all the same, and this is what this stunt's about. It's to prove that no matter who you vote for on come May the 7th, you're voting for pretty much the same thing. All the parties are saying exactly the same thing. And what I personally believe is that we need an alternative. There needs to be an alternative to the neoliberal consensus that is out there at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to give me an envelope, aren't you? With the result.
That's right. So right here I've got an envelope that I'm going to show here and here. So I'm going to give you this envelope, and I want you to look after it, and hopefully on May the 8th we'll come into the studio again and we'll open it live on air and see if I'm right, if I'm close, or if I'm completely wrong.
There won't be like a dove come out of it or anything.
No, there's no dove in there.
That's good. Okay, they're quite heavy. There's some sort of something in there.
There's a prediction in there.
And that is in the form of an object?
It's a prediction,
okay.
So I won't give it too much away.
Well, is it going to be something like, I don't know, you're basically going to say, aren't you, I think, that none of the main parties represent change, that we are, as you say, in a kind of neoliberal capitalist society with heavy emphasis on corporations, and that's what you object to mainly, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't have a democracy. I think the problem at the moment is there's such a low voter turnout. But you've got to look, why is there such a low voter turnout? It is because none of the parties are really speaking to ordinary people. The current coalition government we've had has forced 1 million people to the food bank, 700,000 people in 0-hour contracts, and it's forgetting about the ordinary working people. But the Labour Party, who was supposed to be the party of the working people, they too are mesmerised by the Daily Mail, and they're mesmerised by the city. And until we get rid of finance and we get rid of big business out of politics, only then can we really have a true democracy.
Why don't you form your own party and speak to the people directly?
Well, a lot of people, I get that a lot. There's two things, because I refuse to vote. I mean, I'll be spoiling my ballot on May the 7th, but that doesn't mean that won't change anything. In the counting office, when they go into the ballots at midnight, they'll go through and they'll see I've spoilt the ballot, but that's not going to change anything. It's always going to be the same. The definition of insanity by Albert Einstein said that keep doing the same thing, you'll get the same results. Mm-hmm. So to actually represent people in politics, I don't have to stand for my own party, because firstly, how am I going to fund that party? And the only real way to fund that party is through big business. And if big business give you money, then of course your policy is going to be geared towards big business.
Okay, I mean, we sit here now in one of those Western liberal democracies that you seem to decry so much, but you're filming this interview with an iPad.
Yeah.
You seem healthy, you're well clothed.
Yeah.
You're okay, you haven't got any conditions or diseases as far as I know.
Sure.
You're fairly well.
Yeah.
Now this is what this system that you hate has given us, hasn't it?
I don't hate the system.
It's given you longer life expectancy. It's given you a technology to film this.
Yeah.
It's given you an okay lifestyle. Okay, you might not be rolling in it, but you're okay.
Well, okay, by whose standards? There are people out there that have lots. There are Russian oligarchs out there. There are big bankers, and this government, rather than protect its people, rather than ban exploitative 0-hour contracts, rather than look after the people so that they get their benefits sanctioned and they're forced on the food bank, they are protecting bankers' bonuses. And yeah, okay, all right. I think that seems to be the criticism of people like myself, people like Owen Jones, people like Russell Brand, that dare to speak out against what is the establishment and what's currently happening. Yeah, of course, I'm using an Apple product. Other products are available, but I'm using an Apple product. But that doesn't.
But, they don't pay their tax, so they
move it offshore to
don't
islands.
buy their products.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm riddled with hypocrisy, but I think what we can do is rather than just this is the problem. Rather than subscribe to the system, we can do direct change. We can do little things that change. And these stunts I'm planning and these sort of political activism I'm doing. Yeah, okay, I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm using these products, but it's all about small change, organic change, and forming unions with people. Not, I mean, if we exploited everything, I wouldn't be able to leave the house.
Yeah, so in other words, it's not realistic to say don't buy a Starbucks coffee because,
Yeah.
I need that to live.
Yeah. Well, I don't need a Starbucks coffee to live, but I do, in my line of work, I do need media products to do what I do.
Yeah, it's part of life. I mean, this is it. I mean, you see the protesters, the anti-tax protesters. They're all filming it with Nokia phones. And do you not think there is an inherent hypocrisy?
But how are they going to get that message across? How are they going to get that message across to the wider public? We live in an age of social media. We live in an age where you can instantly tweet someone the other side of the planet. Now, if we can't communicate that to someone, and it is the establishment, they're trying to curtail these civil liberties, so we need to be very careful. And the only way we can communicate our message across the globe is through these products. And there's a slight hypocrisy, but what's worse, the tiny hypocrisy that we're doing by using our Apple products, or the millions and millions and millions and billions of pounds that they're exploiting and not paying to our public services.
Okay, well, Gareth, as I say, it's a weighty envelope. There is more to this than just you saying. I don't think it's going to say, for example, a Conservative majority or coalition.
No, there are some very specific predictions in there, and I think it'll be very interesting come May the 8th.
Good, Gareth. Thanks a lot for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you very much, Simon.